Hi, everyone, and welcome back to Friends of the Show. I'm Chemex, and I'm here with my best friend, Austin, and we're here today to go over 3 franchises of The Real Housewives on Bravo TV with you today. We're going to go over The Real Housewives of Atlanta Reunion Part 1, Real Housewives of OC Episode 5, and Real Housewives Ultimate Girls Trip, a new franchise season.
Ooh.
That's going to be Season 5, Episode 1.
Wow,
Yeah.
We're stacked. Have we ever had 3 before?
We have. This isn't our first
Beverly
rodeo.
Hills,
Atlanta and
Rhodey
all at once.
Okay, so we can do it.
We can do it.
So we're starting with Atlanta, like we always do.
Because that reunion, we got to jump right in.
Wow, that was better than the whole season.
Yeah, if you didn't catch it, you need to make sure you catch it because that was the only action the whole season got.
Really, and we can't even sit here. We don't have time to tell you all the funny one-liners that got thrown out at this reunion. You got to see that.
But we start off, and right away we notice what was missing out of the season get added. Phaedra and her storyline. She was like going to be a politician this year. And they said, no, you're not.
Not showing that. She sat with Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett and freaking, they didn't show that.
They didn't show any of it. And then Andy's like, are you going to run for office? And she's like, yeah. She
said, I've done law, I've done death. Next up,
taxes.
Politics.
Ooh.
I was like, wow, I'm just shocked. I think that goes to our overall point we've said about every show except maybe Rhode Island. What's the editing? What's happening?
Yeah, because you guys are taking away from actual good storyline. You've spent the whole season worrying about Shamia and Portia getting back together, which is not ever going to happen.
Whole episode meeting Drew's fake team of 25 people. That could have been spent building Phaedra up a little bit. She didn't do anything all season.
All season, she was a one-line character.
Even K. Michelle at the beginning was like, is all Phaedra? Is it all that she does is laugh and like
Kiki?
Yeah.
But after that, we go into not Portia's package, but Drew's package.
Interesting package.
It starts off with a finger bang.
And a man named Black.
Oh, and not together.
I didn't buy that for a second.
So Drew's still getting finger banged at the physical therapist, it seems.
It's the way she's still so nonchalant.
And she was doing movements. And I didn't like that. It made me very uncomfortable because is your physical therapist male or female?
Got it. That's the first question.
What's going on in their mind when they're doing it? B, what's going on in yours and your pussy? Because there's things you can't help but feel when they're stimulated. So
I'm just speechless.
Yes,
I'm actually speechless again thinking about it.
I'm really like, we got to get over this, Drew. You shouldn't have ever told the public.
I think you can just go get surgery or something.
I feel like you could have done it yourself.
That's also a very good point.
I'm just saying.
Or had
Black.
They kind of implied maybe Drew was swimming in the lady pond too.
Yeah,
so a lady friend
would have really known what to do.
That's something like we could have done a lot of things. She was like, no, they say that's part of physical therapy.
The doctor just sends you.
Oh, that's so bad, Drew.
But we also go into on her romantic non-interest, her friend Black. Apparently he's got some legal troubles going on and it's not looking too well on him morally. He's allegedly taking advantage of Black female entrepreneurs and scamming them out of their money. And
was it K. Michelle who said that he's living in Thailand?
Yes. Off PayPal.
Yeah. I loved K. Michelle this episode.
Kay was very, very present.
She said, oh, I see your comments about me not being a right fit for this show. I'll show you.
And she smiled and laughed through the whole thing. She didn't catch her little K. Michelle, once I get feelings, I'm reserving myself and I'm not going to interact with you anymore. She went there.
She was even laughing at Portia doing an imitation of her.
Yes.
I'm like, I love you, Kay.
I missed you, Kay, and I'm glad to have found you.
There she was.
She said, there's 4 K. Michelles. I don't know which one it was. Let me check.
Portia said, 4? There's more than that. I love Portia. I love Kay. Keep it up. You could tell Kay likes fighting with Portia is the good thing.
They love each other deep down.
And I don't think Kay's ever enjoyed fighting with a previous cast member on her other show. So I'm like, look at the smile on her face as she does it.
I think she knows too, because we can go into Portia's package a little bit too after this. She knows Portia's not going to do anything because Portia's been through the anger management. So she's not going to have to worry about the whole Love and Hip Hop getting dragged across the stage thing.
True. If she was here 10 years ago, she would have had to worry.
She would have.
Portia would have got her. She got a lot of people back then. She got anybody. And for a while, Nene said, where was that? Did you see any footage of it? So at least she doesn't assault people on camera no more.
No, she's now moved on to being gay because her package was all about
Sway.
Sway.
Yeah.
And how her little fizzle with Mike is
fizzled.
Done.
She gone. Portia said that Mike did not take it very well.
No, but she did say she didn't tell him either.
And just posted a birthday thing of Sway, like, I love you.
Oh, that's so sad.
She said, my bad, Mike. Sorry.
You have to think, if she was open with saying she was dating two people at the same time, he should have been prepared for that moment at any moment.
It could have not been you, because he was probably like, oh, that's just a phase.
Exactly. I think he was doing what Dennis seems to be doing, because Portia said Dennis is not very respectful of her relationship, probably saying she's going through a phase.
Right. And Dennis, no disrespect, your time has passed. She don't want you.
You look like a deflated balloon, Dennis.
He is so small now.
He's
like,
so small and so like two-dimensional.
Like a cardboard cutout.
Yes.
I'm just like, Dennis, you gotta stop being so jealous of Portia when she moves on.
It's her success. He can't handle it.
Well, she did mention that because Auntie said, when we met you, you were in a really submissive role in your first marriage. And she was like, I still am that way in my relationships. But when we come to filming the show, all those men had a problem with it. They were jealous or they couldn't handle it.
And it doesn't even make sense. Like, as a man, you should never be jealous of a woman. It's very female of you.
You're jealous she's famous because of Housewives?
Yeah. Like, what do you want? You want to gab on the cameras with your guys? Like, nobody wants to watch that.
You're a man. It's not called Husbands. No one would watch that. And I feel bad for Portia. All these men had to be jealous of her. Really?
Just let her be loved.
And you could see it in her first marriage because he didn't want her to even do the show.
Cordell. You was a nasty one, Cordell to Portia. I didn't like you from the beginning.
Me neither.
You tried to box her in. You tried to dress her like a little Barbie doll. Let Portia be Portia.
Yeah, because she was like, well, we can have a nanny and I can still do the show. And he was like, no, ew.
I'm so glad that didn't work out.
Yeah, and I just feel like Sway wouldn't say that because they're trying to have kids and have a whole family situation. It's going to be a blended situation.
Sway's just okay with coming in and being part of Portia's life, not taking over Portia's life, which is a big difference. So good for you, Portia. I'm happy you found love.
And it seems real, like her truest love.
Yeah, I think this will be like a marriage too. She can't help it.
She can't help it. She's like Elizabeth Taylor.
Yes.
She's going to be married 9 times.
And then the other most important part of the reunion would be K. Michelle's package. We go over more of her medical storyline. And we have Drew throwing shade the entire time. And I didn't really like that. Gave me the ick on you, Drew.
I think, is it jealousy? I can't tell what's going on with Drew.
She just really doesn't like anyone that gets attention, I've noticed.
And she said, every time we come to this show, ever since I joined it, it's just attack Drew.
That's because you're making it about Drew.
You're not an angel, Drew. You've attacked people.
You attack first so that people attack you, so you get camera time. It's very obvious, Drew. That was your whole thing. This whole episode was you trying to say funny one-liners that didn't work.
That did not land, and that everyone had a better comeback to.
That everyone laughed at you. Even Andy multiple times.
She pulled out a slate from a film set.
And said, I'm the director now.
Cut, and then clapped it. We watched this. We actually watched all 3 of these episodes together, but we watched this one, and we were like, that was so corny.
It was the corniest thing I'd ever watched.
That was probably one of the worst props in Housewives history. She should be fired just for that.
I didn't think you were allowed to bring props anymore, so.
Last time a prop blew up in someone's face like that was Sheree when she printed She by Sheree News and got fired that same season. So stop with the props.
That's hilarious. They also go over K. Michelle's Twitter fingers this season and how that affected the season.
Especially with Portia.
Yeah, it really affected their relationship right away because Portia was like, you would apologize to me and be sweet to me. And then the next thing I know, you're cursing me out on Twitter, like literally 2 minutes later.
That gives me Portia needs an enemy, frenemy. Someone she can fight with real well, but also love on.
Okay, you want to sign up?
I think it's Kay. It ain't Shamia.
No.
They cut to Shamia about every 35 seconds during K. Michelle's package because she's trying to work her issues out with Portia, and Shamia is clearly not happy.
No, she doesn't want Portia to be involved in the show in any way. She wants like, I guess her off because she just rolled her eyes or made some little stank face. And anytime Portia made her point or made a comment.
Or even with Kay, like being like, I want to be on a good foot with you. Let's move forward. Cut to Shamia rolling her eyes. Why can't Kay befriend this person? We're adults. I get to pick who I'm friends with.
It's because Shamia lives in a world where her friends tell her that you shouldn't be friends with that person.
That's so high school.
It's so gross.
And I get why Portia is over it. Did she say a word to Shamia? Oh, they did fight a little bit about...
She said, Happy Pride.
Happy Pride. I didn't even see that post Shamia made, so I'm very curious if it had...
I guess it was in an interview.
Oh. It was. Okay, that rang a bell. It was a little shady. I don't know if it was homophobic, but Portia did clarify she didn't think she was being homophobic, just shady.
Yeah.
Also, this episode, I got to give a shout out to Angela sitting there quietly until anytime Kelly spoke. She said, Gary pays your bills.
Who's Gary? Everyone, who's Gary?
She has so much smoke for Kelly. She had a little smoke for Pinky, too. Speaking of Pinky, no offense, Pinky, but you were bleaching your hair and you were pregnant, and that's concerning to me.
Yes, the big announcement from Pinky this episode, she's pregnant. Second biggest announcement, she was bleaching her hair right before the show.
And we later, when she revealed the pregnancy, we were like, wait a minute, you can't.
Unless they now make a pregnancy bleach
safe.
Yeah.
Vegan, some shit.
I don't know. I guess hers would have to be vegan. So maybe it's something like weird.
Yeah. All right. Is that it for Atlanta?
That covers Atlanta. I think we can go into Real Housewives of Orange County, season 20, episode 5, Designers and Dildos.
Still talking about dildos.
Yeah, 5 episodes in and we're still not over the dildo from like 3 episodes ago.
If that had happened in an earlier season, it would have been a 5-minute conversation and they would have forgot it because they didn't care like that about these kinds of, like a dildo.
No, it would have been like Heather's bow on her cake.
One episode.
I
don't know. I see Gina's point, but I'm also like...
Get over it.
Get over it now because it's really not that deep.
Because in your lives, it's been weeks now.
Really? And you're very perturbed. That's why they're like, is she jealous? Because like, why are you so upset?
It is a little bit jealousy, I think.
A little bit. And also territorial.
Mm-hmm. But that's always jealousy too, deep down.
Right. I think it's a
jealousy for the attention of the other.
And then a little jealousy of the money.
That part.
And the career, apparently. Because Gina said, I'd love to do that. That's my dream. Oh, did we get a motive? And so if you don't know what we're talking about, we got you.
We got you. The other biggest point is Vicky is not a Debbie Downer. We heard it about 38 times at least. You could make a drinking game out of it if you wanted to black out.
I think Heather Dubrow said that in this episode. She said, drink every time Vicky says Debbie Downer.
Because she can't get over it.
You pointed out, literally the episode opens and it's Vicky being like, I'm not a Debbie Downer at a spa.
It should have been the name of the episode.
Actually, it should have. Vicky's not a Debbie Downer. But then Heather, Gina, and Shannon go to dinner. And she's still talking about being a Debbie Downer. And Heather's upset with Emily.
Yeah, and Gina is kind of in her corner. Heather breaks down and cries. And she's like, I just don't really like the way she spoke to me. It was harsh. And everyone's kind of like, yeah, it was.
Yeah. That's the whole scene. But I'm perplexed because I'm like, y'all have had worse fights, Heather and Emily. I'm surprised this keeps triggering you, Heather Dubrow.
And I will admit, like last episode when we were watching it, I literally said, oh, they're hangry.
You did.
Because they were kind of venomous to each other, like all of them. And then you saw them pass some bread around and then they started getting along.
And then it literally turned to jokey time. Like they really did a 180.
So she probably should just take note that it was a hanger rather than an anger.
Well, no, we got to eat, ladies, before we film.
And then after that, I mean, this episode goes pretty quick. Not much happens. The ladies go to a winery and Heather then confronts Emily about her harshness with her. And Emily just gets harsh again.
But I kind of got it.
Yeah, she was like, I told you not to shut the fuck up. I just told you, let me speak.
Yeah, I'll handle this one. Thank you.
And she's a lawyer, so she can talk for herself.
Right. I felt to that because she was like, and they do a flashback. She wasn't wrong. She was like, Heather, let me speak.
No, she had her facts. She came like a lawyer.
And Heather's just over there crying. Heather, why are you crying so much about
Emily? And then Gina's trying to get it into Emily's mind that you have to validate Heather's feelings because she's experiencing them. And I'm like, that's some bullshit. You shouldn't have to validate someone's feelings just because they're experiencing them if you didn't truly cause them. If you know what you meant and they're not accepting that, you shouldn't have to validate their non-acceptance.
It's very in line with, like, I hate even in Housewives when they want that. They're like trying to force a housewife to apologize for something, but she's not sorry. Why do you want an apology that's not genuine? Why do you want this conversation if it's not genuine, you know?
Exactly. That's why I love Tamara this season, because she's saying sorry with a smile.
And she's sitting on the sidelines just talking shit.
Because most of this episode, she and Gina talk shit about Carmela and the bag situation still. During the winery scene, Gina and Carmela finally kind of have words together about it.
Can I mention before they sit down at the winery, Shannon had to scold Vicky a little bit. She said, because Vicky was like, is that Carlela girl coming? And you can hear Shannon, Vicky, knock it the fuck off. She said, I don't know her name.
Vicky is like Donald Trump sometimes.
She's so shady.
Because she'll be shady and then pretend like she's not.
Mm-hmm. And pretend like, I'm all peace and love. What's wrong?
Yes. But in that very Trumpy way.
In the comical side of it.
Yeah, not in the like
political
I don't want to
doing.
even touch on that side.
Like we're talking personality.
Yes.
It's true. I was like, oh my gosh.
Nuclear family.
Even Shannon's getting pissed off at her.
Yes.
They seem to, at least Gina and Carmela, come to a resolution. And Gina's like, hey, Carmela, I'll get your phone number. Next time I'll tell you personally. And I'm like, good line, Gina. That's all we need.
That's all you had to do. You had to be like, I'll tell you next time to your face.
And then you got Vicky still at the end like, so Carmela's lying about her job. And I think she's lying about her relationships and her marriage and her everything.
So that lines up for, I think, next week's episode where they might start to kind of get into it finally.
It seems like the tables are turning. And it looked like in the preview, Shannon and Gina are fighting. And I said, okay.
That's exciting.
I'm curious. Still not Tamara. So
no,
she's
I'll take
herself
anybody
on
but
the back.
Tamara.
Yeah. She needs a break.
Yes.
After last season. So that's it for her OC. Let's move on to Real Housewives Ultimate Girls Trip. Back where it all began. It's season 5, episode 1. Who's the cast? Vicky, the OG of the OC.
Ooh.
We got Portia, you know the one, the Williams.
From Atlanta.
We got Teresa Giudice from New Jersey. We got Kyle Richards from the Beverly Hills, from the Richards family, and then Giselle from Potomac, Lisa from Salt Lake, and the Countess herself, Luann from Roni.
What a good cast that they put together.
Those are good, like, long-time runnings.
Long-time runnings, distinct personalities. Mm-hmm. Nobody has a single season where they didn't fit in.
Yeah. So they're like, we can trust these women to make a good TV show.
Yes.
Orchestrate. And they put a good group of, like, we got some pot stirrers, and then we got some crazies.
And we got some that handle their business, i.e. Teresa. She'll flip the table on you. She already...
And we see that in the episode because
yes.
These episodes are going to be peppered with flashbacks. You can tell just based off this first one.
Oh, yeah.
So I loved the beginning of this episode because it immediately opens up with Portia packing and who should come visit and knock on the door?
Her fairy godmother, Nene Leakes.
The Nene Leakes. After 6 years
of silence
and no television, she's back.
And it's exciting because she seems to be back for more than one episode. Like, it was nice to get her to come introduce the show and how the vibe's going to go with Portia, because they use Nene to tell us that we're going to be traveling this season amongst the different cities to go meet with other housewives of all the cities, not just the cast members themselves exploring the cities, but they're tapping in.
And you get to see Nene's reaction to who's going. We could pick up on who she liked and who she didn't.
Yes, and we hear her say, Portia,
he's swimming in the lady pond.
And then Portia does the cutest thing ever. She plugs her nose and then does a little swim dance.
Yeah. I was like, if we don't have Nene back next year, so this can be what Housewives of Atlanta is all season, I'll cry.
I know. It's so beautiful to see.
They really are big sis and little sis when they get together.
Nene was the first one to not choke a bitch on camera. So then Portia learned when she went in that alleyway.
Can't keep beating these bitches up on the camera. And then they said, Portia, what were you doing? I had to see a friend out. And And so you see all the ladies packing. They're going to go start where it all started in OC.
Yes, they're going to go pick up Vicky Gunvalson herself in a family van.
The way she froze. She had the PTSD hit her.
I thought she set it up at first.
I did too. But then her face was like, oh, she don't know.
But it was all just a jest to get under Vicky's skin. And then they go out.
Kyle arranged it with the hotel.
They go out to a bunko party. But before we get to the bunko party, they do go on a little yacht adventure, a little yacht lunch.
I know what we're going to talk about, and I'm upset.
And we see the ladies starting to get to know each other. And the first time ever in Housewives history, I think in Teresa's actual history, she's opening up.
Like, and not being like, I went away. She was actually, I went to prison for this. Here's exactly what I did.
Yeah, she said, I signed this document. I was like, oh my God. She knows what documents she signed? They got her arrested?
Right. She paid attention
because I didn't think she knew anything.
She learned from that trial. She said, I won't sign that shit again.
No.
And she said that Joe didn't pay his taxes for 10 years. And as Teresa's actually being truthful, maybe for the first time in her life, Vicky does a Vicky.
And then is like, I don't want to know about this because I pay my taxes.
Pay your taxes.
And it was the most horrendous thing I think I've ever seen from you, Vicky.
And that's saying something.
It made me so like icky Vicky.
There she is.
There she is. There's the Trump.
It's for 15 minutes into this episode, she already brought Icky Vicky back.
Yes.
And you can tell by all the other ladies who were just frozen by that sentiment of her being like, pay your taxes, and slamming her fists on the table. They're waiting for Teresa to get up and do something. But Teresa was so elevated and mature.
Teresa is so namaste still. She literally kind of looks crazy at Vicky and goes, okay, anyways.
So, AKA, shut the fuck up now, and we're going to move on.
And then only threatens her in her confessional.
That's good for Teresa.
It's still very Teresa.
And on the boat, they also have the cardboard cutouts.
Yeah, and we see how all the ladies looked when we first met them versus how they look now. And you're all still so beautiful. Then Vicky goes on at the bunko party to talk about that. She talks about how Slade affected her looks over the years. And we see her try to create some kind of shrine thing that she's going to do something to dedicate the moment towards why she got all of her plastic surgeries. And Luann just grabs Slade's picture, breaks it, and says, party started in true Luann fashion.
She said, why would you want to look at this man?
And it was the same thing I was feeling, though. Why are we looking at a candlelight shrine?
And Joe was there. Joe's like, why do you have these pictures of my ex?
Yeah.
Portia said, I'm pretty sure they still live in the OC. We could have just invited them.
You don't have to summon them like a demon.
Oh, Tamara said too on her pod that they all grabbed the frames and started breaking them. So every picture got broken.
Oh, man. That's a messy, quiet woman.
She said there was glass everywhere.
What else do we see at Bunko? We see
Tamara and Shannon's huge blowout that Shannon can never recover from.
The one that on OC, we hear Shannon continuously be like, she called me a drunk and that I'll never get a man and that I don't own a house.
Yeah.
Which, unless they edited it out, untrue, Shannon.
I didn't hear any of those words. Maybe she implied drunk, but she didn't actually call it to you.
And she never told you that you
didn't have a man.
And you couldn't get a house.
No. Tamara, in fact, said, don't hate on me. I'm happy. I got a man. I got a house. I got successful kids. So you can take it that way. But
she didn't tell you that.
Her point was, I'm good. You don't have to think I'm this evil villain. I'm actually pretty happy.
And we see Giselle tell Tamara that Vicky kind of said that she's a little afraid of Tamara and how she reacts and acts towards the cameras.
Yeah, what she'll say when the cameras are on.
And it doesn't rub Tamara the right way because it shouldn't. And she goes and confronts Vicky. They sit down and talk it out. It was actually a really sweet scene.
We did laugh though because Vicky immediately is like, I don't want Giselle in my life anymore.
Yes.
She's so hurt. I'm like, you met her for the first time probably on this trip. Come on, Vicky. Y'all weren't, she wasn't in your life, I don't think.
No.
But I loved it. She ripped her wig off as they were having their heart-to-heart. It was just classic Vicky and Tamara.
It really was. It gave you, the ultimate girls trip is giving you everything that you want from Real Housewives wrapped into one. It's a lot of personality and a lot of fun. So.
And you know what's great is it's meta and they can break the fourth wall.
Yes.
So they're very aware. They even at one point go through what they think each, as an individual, their most famous moment was.
Yeah, it was really interesting to see because you could tell that Bravo told them what to say. Because I'm like, Luann, I know your don't be all uncool line is like really classic, but I think you have better ones.
So next week, the episode's going to go to Beverly Hills.
Yes, and I can't wait to see the good ladies start to meet our favorites like Erica Jane and maybe hopefully Dorit Kemsley.
I hope Dorit's there.
I do too. I wanted to talk the ears off these ladies. I want her and Vicky to come together.
Oh my God, the world would implode.
Yes.
Also, my favorite is going to be, like you mentioned, Erica Jane, because I do know. So all of you keep this in mind for next episode. At BravoCon, before they filmed this season, Luann was asked, who do you think's the least friendly cast? And she said, Beverly Hills, especially Dorit and Erica Jane. So Erica's pissed at her.
Ooh, she's probably just jealous because Erica makes better music.
Ooh, she does.
She does.
I love Erica's dance songs. Shout out Erica. Not even on the show.
Yes.
Not Luann. You got one song I like and it's fine.
But that's all we got for you today. Thanks for stopping in and listening. I'm ChemX. That's Austin. Have a great week.
We'll see you next week. Goodbye.
Thanks. Bye.